Hi everyone, welcome to the very first edition of FTA Global Marketing Stack 2025. I am Rachita Sharma, VP of Client Strategy and Growth at FTA Global. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, specifically from the perspective of brands, creativity at scale without slipping into chaos. And to talk about that, we have our special guest, Deepak Vashisht, who's the head of marketing at Illusion Dental Laboratory. In his span of 14 years of experience, Deepak has led high impact campaigns, driving a lot of GTM strategies across different industries, including a lot of celebrity led partnerships and campaigns. It's a privilege to have him on the show. So, Deepak, welcome to the podcast. Now, to start the conversation, in my experience, and of course in your experience as well, we've seen when we talk about creating at scale, that ultimately means producing a lot of stuff, more stuff, right? In your experience as a marketing leader, how do you identify yourself with that process, like creating creativity at scale without any sort of chaos?
So this question, takes me back to my advertising days, because that's a place where you can get the maximum amount of chaos, because each client servicing person, or in today's term, they are rebranded as brand managers. Every person is taking care of multiple clients at the same time, depending on the type of agency you are working in. So in mid-size agencies where I come from, I used to handle multiple clients at the same time. And each client is bombarding me with multiple jobs of different scale every single day with tight deadlines. So that becomes quite chaotic. But how we used to keep it under control, and how we used to manage the creativity, ensure that the client's expectations are fulfilled, as well as we are also satisfied with the type of creativity that we are trying to deliver to the client. There was a set process. There were SOPs to be followed before coming. And so this is about advertising though, but the similar practice is something that I'm experiencing in my current organization and have experienced on the corporate side as well. So what happens that though there is a chaos of thousands of jobs coming to you on weekly basis, but there is a process which helps you to keep everything aligned, keep everything in a pace at which you can work and deliver the kind of creative output that you are thinking of delivering to the client. So what happens is that when any client gives you brief, or on the corporate side, when your stakeholders, the senior management, is giving you any brief to launch any product, so in that you have to obviously create a full 360 marketing campaign, and it obviously covers all ATL, BTL digital activities. And when you have to create a main campaign idea and adapt that to all the platforms, obviously the chaos comes in mind at first level, because you have a list of plethora of things to achieve. For the larger platforms like newspaper ads, or TV commercials, or radio ads, or for on-ground activities like you have to do mall activations, and maybe do some society activations or corporate activations, and then you adapt the same thing to digital platform as well. So in all of this chaos, what you do is follow the process.
Great. So, I think in the entire process that you just mentioned, and of course keeping that in perspective with the creativity at scale without creating without a chaos, how technology is something that maybe internally, as a leader, you're using technology as an enabler for the creativity, because I think with the Gen AI capabilities, it's completely boundless right now at this stage of the potential that it's bringing. So how you're using technology as an enabler for the entire process?
So there are various places where the technology is being consumed by the entire marketing function. To give you one simple example, in the earlier days, or even today's time also, to create a particular creative, the most common place to source any stock free images, some stock free websites. Okay, Some Indian websites are also there, some international websites are also there. You have a subscription to them, you go and buy them. But what happens in the process is that when I have given you a brief to create, for example, a particular type of packaging of a box, which will be of a X product, and this is the kind of human image you have to use on the packaging. This is the age group. This is the origin of the humans that I'm looking at, Asia or American or British, however, white skin or dark skin. Age group, and basis that they start finding the image. Now what happens in this process is that at the end the creative person ends up spending close to 30 minutes to 2 hours to just find the image, right? That is a conventional process which is still being used in today's time. But how the technology, the AI is helping us in today's time is that you simply give a prompt, and more importantly, you have to have that experience and knowledge of giving a right prompt to the particular platform. You just tell the particular platform that this is the kind of image I'm trying to create. This is the platform or the place where I want to use this image. And this is the type of surrounding around this image I want. And the AI will beautifully generate that image. There are people who are now teaching. There are so many people on digital platforms now who are teaching how to create and write and use the right prompt. Okay, I myself learn from those people because they are dedicatedly working only on that piece. So they are exploring much more than what we are exploring. So for product shoots, we don't need to completely now rely only on stock image websites. That to create this particular kind of creative, these different 4 types of images are required. So I will refer to these 4 websites. You can simply save enormous amount of time by just going to any GenAI platform, give the right prompt, give as much information as possible, and you will have a beautiful high resolution image that you can directly use on your particular creative.
Interesting. But in terms of the healthcare space, have you faced challenges, especially when it comes to the AI generated images, the compliance part? How are you pivoting during those challenges? Because I think different platforms like Google and Meta, they are curtailing a lot of those healthcare brands in terms of what to do's and what not to do, right? So as a brand, and especially as a healthcare technology brand, how are you pivoting through those challenges?
So in the healthcare sector, there are not many challenges as much as I'm aware of, with respect to images.
Okay.
It is all about the information, the content that you use in terms of writing. So to give you one simple example, in today's time, Google restricts you to label you as best or number 1. No brand can do that. Google will ban you for it. Okay. Similarly, in healthcare also, you can't say best XYZ hospital in so and so city or best doctor. All those keywords are banned now. So with respect to compliance and regulations, it is still with limited to only the terminologies and the keywords that you're using on any platform. When it comes to image being used in any kind of communication in the healthcare sector, it is still open. You can use natural image from any stock website, or you can use a AI generated image as well. So that is not at all a challenge.
Great. Now I want to pivot towards, back towards your experience, like how you pivoted to an enterprise, from an advertising agency to an enterprise. How, as as a marketing leader, you have done smaller campaigns and now you've moved that thinking to a larger ecosystem, right? How you have you had to unlearn maybe a few of the things that you had that experience of while building the enterprise scalability in terms of brand building. Certain 3 or 4 things that you had to completely unlearn, you had to leave it.
See,
that?
specifying 3-4 things is little difficult, but one thing which I can certainly highlight is that creativity is all flashy. Okay, in most of the cases, I would say, uh, unless it is not flashy, it is not creative. It's all boring. It's static. So when you are creating something creative, it has to be flashy. This used to be the norm, and this is probably still the norm and may remain the norm. But what I had to unlearn over these years is that it is always not need to be just flashy. In today's time, it is more on the strategic side, that your creative ideas or creative objective has to be more strategic. If you are creating something creative, it has to be aligned with the final business objective, final business strategies, which will earn the right return on investment that the company is investing in a particular campaign. So what I have unlearned is that I only not need to be just creative. I also need to consider regularly, routinely in my mind that, okay, there is a goal to be achieved. So right strategies have to be followed.
So, Deepak, we talked a lot about the process, right? Some people also say that process kills the motivation. Now, in your role, especially when you are leading the creative team, how do you keep them, far from demotivation? Because most of the times, process might become very systematic, might repeatable at certain instances also. So, how do you keep that spark alive within your team?
So there are ways to do it. I always not ask my team to follow the process, because a creative idea doesn't come within seconds. It's all about the mind thinking, imagining, visualizing, and then something creating what you have thought in your mind. See, how you will visualize, it will be what I will visualize will be completely different. So what I do in these kind of scenarios to keep my team motivated, in the first instance of briefing them that, okay, something new has to be created, or this new job has come, I don't ask them to follow the process. I give them enough time, ample time to research about it, give them as many references as possible. So my reason of only giving them references is so that they spend less time on the research, because that I have already done. And they also know that, we are creating at scale. After this, 10 more jobs are lined up in the job list. So let me finish this ASAP. So they are also aligned to that speed. But to keep them motivated, I give them enough space so that they can visualize and ideate with proper space, so that the right outcome can come. And apart from that, on a lighter mode, taking them out for lunch or maybe evening snacks is all a routine part of the job, where you have to bond with the team. You have to understand the offline challenges that they are facing in the company, and if at all they are finding anything difficult in the process, that or the SOPs that have been created for them to follow to execute a particular task, then these kind of offline sessions are very much required.
Right.
So engaging with them on personal level, understanding their needs is also a part which I play with my team to keep them motivated. Understand their life goals, how they want to elevate in career, and if at all they are lacking in something, maybe they want to learn something in their skills, they want to add something in their system that they're using. One of a very common problem that every creative person faces every now and then is that they access multiple files and multiple softwares at the same time. So the speed is a big challenge. So as small as problems like these, resolving them on priority basis, supporting them with right tools that they would need to create the right output that we have expected from them, is one point which keeps them motivated. But when it comes to keep them motivated about the creative output, space is one thing that I certainly give to my team. I also not try and approach them with a instant deadline. I try and give them a advanced timeline that okay, after these many days or these many hours, I need this particular type of job. If at all it is adaptation to a particular job, I tell them that okay, this is the time that you have. See, I come from an advertising background. I have worked with the creative teams of different types. I understand what they go through, what their mindset is, how and in how much time they will develop something, how much time do they need to ideate, to visualize something, how much time do they need to source something from the internet. So because of that, I have that edge to understand the expectations of a creative person, that when I give them any brief for a requirement, what all expectations they would also have. So I always approach them with those offerings which will keep them motivated to deliver the particular job to me. And in a nutshell, I give them that freedom, the time and space, so that they can visualize and ideate comfortably to give me the same level of output that I have expected from them.
Sure. I think Rohit, our VP Creative, who's just standing right here, I think he will also, identify with all these core inputs, because I've also seen him, brainstorm a lot over the, very specific brand briefs. And sometimes, creative team, you have a set of juniors, seniors, and they'll go out and bounce about, thinking at, scalability. And then you have to bring them back that, this is what we aim to achieve, right? I think these jamming sessions, especially, and like you mentioned, giving them space in terms of giving them inputs as well, that goes a long way, right? Now, want to pivot towards the celebrity endorsements and the partnerships that you have been a part of. You have worked with a lot of high impact celebrities in your experience. To name a few, I think Salman Khan, Kareena Kapoor, Madhuri Dixit, right? All of these projects come with a lot of burden, for sure.
Absolutely.
A lot of pressure, because they'll have their certain needs. And when you have to marry that, especially with an enterprise brand storytelling, how do you how do you deal with that pressure, and how do you convert that opportunity into something scalable?
What happens is that when your company or the brand decides to get a celebrity on board, that very moment becomes a burden on you,
Right.
that okay, now
I'm
we
sure.
have to get somebody on board
I'm sure.
who is a star, not just in India but at global level. So this project is going to be big. So what we understand from the management at the first level is that what is their expectation, what kind of output they are expecting. In a routine journey, what happens is that the client or the company may have, say, similar products that the company has been selling for a few years now, and the same product has to be resell again in this new financial year, and a new brand campaign has to be created about it. And the company decided to get a celebrity on board, either a new celebrity on board or get a celebrity on board for the first time. So in that case, company, obviously the management people have their own expectation that this is how our campaign should be placed in the market. This is how this particular celebrity should endorse our products, endorse our brand. Over there only, I identify some challenges that I will face when I will interact with the celebrity or their team. So what happens is that ultimately this brief has to be given to the production house who will make the ad, or the creative team who will make the ad. So I try and create the brief in a way so that the creative expectations of the creative agency who will work with the celebrity and the brand and product requirements of the company are also met at the same place. Now the challenge which comes is that I also become a little greedy because I'm on the client
Right.
side, I'm on the brand side. Even I feel that okay, I will try and get as much as possible from the celebrity, so that I can also show to my management that, okay, within this much opportunity, I explored this much, I got this much. So I also try and add 2-3 things extra only when I go with the brief to the creative team or the production house. Now I am already aware of the challenges that I will face from the celebrity management team about not saying certain things, about not doing certain types of things, about all the things that I will have to provide to the celebrity, or I will expect from the celebrity. So the right approach is, again, it's the same point, that because I've been on both the sides, I have managed these kind of celebrity shoots for clients I was handling, and then now by being on the client side, I've done shoots with the celebrity for my clients I've been working with. So I have tasted both the waters. I know what will be the expectation of celebrity team, what will be the expectation of the creative team, and what my company is expecting, and what I am expecting as a client from this particular team.
Do you have like an interesting story for us regarding any specific celebrity that you had,
Okay, I will not reveal the specifics, but I'll definitely give you
We'll
an
guess,
interesting.
we'll guess.
Yes, yes. So with this one particular celebrity, we had a annual deal, and this celebrity was to deliver certain digital post to us as a part of the deal. So we had approached the celebrity to post this on their page, and but with a new script. So this was about a story that they had to post there on Instagram page. So what we did is that we gave them a script, and management had different expectations. Management wanted to mention all those maximum points that that the
Should have been
celebrity
covered by the celebrity,
will
right?
speak and endorse the brand. However, I knew that the management will not get approval on all of this, and the celebrity will not agree to it, because before we reach the celebrity, there is a celebrity manager
right.
who plays a very important role in their journey on a lot of decisions. So they only reject a lot of things that the client is trying to make the celebrity say or do in the particular task. So what happened is that when I got the brief that, okay, so and so opportunity is coming, this particular part is due from the celebrity side, one story is due, so we have to speak to the agency and ask them to make them post on their story page. Please engage with them and ask them to do it, and you guys create a story about it, script about this particular story. So we created. They, in the beginning only, they told us that we want, so we asked them that what all would you want to include in this particular script, and they told us that these are the 4-5 points that we would want them to include. So we told the management that what you are expecting and giving us as a content is a commercial ad, and this is something that they just have to repost on their page. So it's more about just a brand mention that they will do, instead of creating a fresh advertising ad for any client that they are engaged with. So
Basically missing a storytelling approach.
not really a storytelling, but management had expectation of making the celebrity say everything, which is practically a part of a full commercial ad, where you are kind of revealing or stating all the features of a product. Okay, but on the other hand, the celebrity is of the idea that, okay, I have to do this one story for the client, but over there I will just simply say that, okay, I've been associated with so and so client, and this is the festival era, go and buy this product, and they have this kind of certification or maybe the features of the product. But then celebrity will not do that. They will say the brand name, maybe 1 or 2 extra points, and they will just complete the task. However, the management has different expectation. They want them to create a organic, social, impromptu, full-fledged digital ad. So the interesting part of this entire journey was this, that me being on the client side, I took the brief. I understood the requirement. I told the management that, okay, I'm 100% sure that the agency will not agree to include all these points. Hence, I am, giving you a heads up in the beginning only that we will not get everything. So please be prepared that when I come back to you, that what they have agreed about will be something less. And when I went to the manager, celebrity manager, I told them that this is our last engagement. I would really appreciate that, we part ways with a great output that you guys have given us. So I would really appreciate that out of the 5 things, if you can include all 5. And I already knew that from the past experience, from a discussion with this celebrity, that they had mentioned that in the last one, we will not include more than 1 or 2 points, whatever you will give us. So by making this celebrity a little emotional, or you can say, the kind of personal rapport I had built up with them, I made them do 4 points out of the 5 points that the management had given me to include in the commercial.
Great, but I would certainly not want to be in your position dealing with, 2 different parties. I think it's quite challenging.
See, it is challenging.
Right.
However, what I personally enjoy in my particular role is that because I have enjoyed the waters on both sides, so I understand how each part functions.
Right.
To give you one very simple example, that when I moved onto the corporate side, in my initial days, the creative agency used to give me excuses that the job is getting delayed because of so and so problem. And I used to tell them that, okay, this problem can be resolved like this. And they used to ask me that, how do you know this? So I used to tell them that, okay, I have been on the same side. So I know this is not a reason, this is an excuse. So please get the job done in so and so time. So all of this experience makes me, feel happy about it, and I'm always enjoying this.
Great. I think we are just, marching towards the end of the session. Now, looking at the next generation of marketers, the skills that's needed, to ace the role. What do you think that tomorrow's marketers will need that in terms of, moving ahead, especially when it comes to the creativity piece and overall, what is it that one skill that you think that I'm sure the future, the Gen Zs who are gonna be a part of the workforce would love to listen to that. What's that one skill that they should imbibe? Truly.
See, first of all, making Gen Z's work is a very big task.
True. I mean, that's another conversation altogether.
It is not an easy
Yeah.
thing to do.
Right.
However, a piece of advice that I would give to all the new generation coming up and taking up all these roles will be that going forward, data-driven storytelling has to be done. The most things that will sell in the future will be all about data, or mostly about data, if not all about data, but mostly about data.
Right.
Because any human being, including you and me, we will not simply just buy anything based on a creative line that is spoken, or based on an emotional song created for a particular ad, or a nice shoot done in an international location.
Right.
What will convince us more is a data. To give you a very simple example, feedbacks or the testimonials is the most essential part of it. To give you one very simple example, I'll not name the brand, but everyone knows here that an international toothpaste brand started advertising in India a few years back,
Right.
which is specifically for gum problem, with the testimonial format of the doctors.
Right.
That I'm so and so doctor, I treat these kind of patients, and from the time I've recommended this toothpaste to these kind of patients, they started seeing results. And in the second phase of that same campaign, they brought patients in the picture by mentioning their different kind of background that they had. That I had this kind of problem, and then sensitive tooth, and then from the time I've started using this toothpaste, I am I have much relief. So I'm able to do this activity which I was not able to do before. So this is another kind of data that I'm presenting to the audience to sell my product. and an actual story makes a data. So data plus actual story of a particular group, if we use to tell a story of a particular campaign, that will definitely work greatly in terms of delivering a marketing campaign. Hence, in the future, I personally feel that a lot of data-driven storytelling will be required. The other part to it is that AI will play a very big role. It has already started playing a big role. A lot of companies are making great use of it, and uh, even creative companies, creative agencies are also making use of it. Companies also believe in it. So the future marketeers, including myself also, I'm also going to be in the industry for few more years. So everyone, including the current generation of the marketeers as well as the future generation of marketeers, all of us have to use the upcoming technology, which is AI. And if we don't adapt to it, we will not be able to deliver the faster results which AI is practically delivering, because AI is all about the fast results, fast turnaround time. So if we don't adapt to that technology, if we don't be a part of it, then we will not be able to compete with the competition.
Certainly agree to that. I think we are in that transformation era. We have just entered that, where a lot of agility and adaptability has to happen together. One last question. If you had to leave one takeaway for leaders who are stuck in the creativity chaos, and I think this question means both for the agency leaders and the brand leaders, dealing with the different campaign briefs, creativity at scale, right? What is that one takeaway, a one lesson that you would like to share?
So I personally would say that uh, take this chaos as a raw energy, and do not ignore it. Why? Because if you consider this particular chaos as a raw energy and try to channelize it in the right direction and follow the right process, then you will be able to achieve the output that anyone from you is expecting. Whether you are on the agency side or you are on the corporate side, uh, this chaos will remain forever. This
Right.
will never end, because expectation of a creative output from either your management or from your client will remain there. Every individual, even at the top level, is traveling throughout the world, is exposed to different advertising that is happening around the world by different brands.
Right.
So all of them are exposed to different things. Everyone is experiencing different things, and they will keep on sharing these expectations with their respective marketing teams
True.
and the creative agencies. Hence, all of us needs to just adapt and be in support to a particular process that can help us ease out the execution part of it and give us the right space to be as much as creative as possible, and create as many creative ideas as possible, because then execution becomes easy. Therefore, do not take this chaos as a burden on you. Rather, consider it as a positive energy, and consider it as a right opportunity for you. Because when you are in chaos, you are bound to look for problems, deal with
Right.
problems, and when you are dealing with problems, you gain experience, and with experience, you create right outcome, and
Right.
that's how you will grow.
Great. So thank you so much, Deepak. I think this has been a really engaging session. One thing that struck the most for me was, like how you mentioned about the enterprise B2B, the brand building, the brand storytelling. We also got to know the other side. We from a creative agency, we got to know the other side. As the brand custodians, the challenges that you face when it comes to the creativity. I think a lot of valuable lessons. I'm sure our audience will learn. So
It's
thank
my
you so
pleasure.
much for your time here.
Same here. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.